What's going on, guys? CMAC back out riding around. Had a bit of an awesome weekend this weekend for my Mother's Day. Got to go out on Saturday morning for a nice ride over the mountain, as you would have seen. Then me and a couple mates went and finished climbing Mount Tibrogargan finally. We had to haul some pretty serious ass as we only got out there at about 4:30 and it gets dark at about 5, so we had about half an hour to climb to the top and climb back down before it got dark. So it was pretty hectic. We made it up there in about 20 minutes and made it back down in about 15, so we were going pretty quick. It was good fun. We were absolutely shattered by the end of it. And then yesterday for Mother's Day, me and the family and I went out on the boat on the river. We were planning on heading out to some of the islands, but one of the islands that we were planning on going to have lunch, we looked at what events were on out there. They usually have a nice lunch and stuff like that, but it was going to be a lot more expensive than what it usually was, just for the fact that they had some string quartet playing out there, which isn't something that really would have intrigued my family, especially not for the extra price. Am I going to turn left here? Yeah, I will. You guys can probably tell by now, but this fog is crazy thick. Yeah, so instead of going out to the islands, we decided to go on the river. Went up the river a bit, found a nice place to have a picnic on a nice little secluded beachy area. Did that, and then on the way back home I decided to jump in the water because it was actually surprisingly nice. I was thinking with how cold it's been lately and the fact that we're very late into autumn, heading into winter, that it would have been too cold the water, but I chucked my ski in anyway just in case the weather was good. I think I want to put a bit of Rain-X or something on my visor, see if that helps the water beat off, but I need to confirm that that's not going to sort of ruin the fog, anti-fog and stuff like that, ruin the actual visor itself. I think I'm at the point with my water ski that I might need to look into getting an upgrade sometime soon. Now when I seem to be cranking it over, I'm at the stage where I'll crank it over so much that the front end now starts to take a dive into the water. I'm not sure whether it may just be bad technique from not having skied for quite some time, or whether it is the actual ski. I was thinking it may be, but I need to do some research behind it. The fins that you sort of get, you can get two little fins that stick onto the tail fin of the ski that sort of help keep the front end up and help with your carving and stuff. I believe that they're just for heavier skiers, in order to give them a bit more buoyancy and lift. But I'm not sure whether that would help improve to keep the front end of the ski up when I'm turning, or whether it won't really have much of an effect. That's something that I need to look up. So I'm pretty wrecked today after having that full-on weekend. After the motorbike riding and climbing the mountain, I was like, oh, I probably won't ski on Sunday. I'll probably just sit in the boat and rest, and then the water was too good to turn down. But I'm definitely feeling it today. Must be getting old or something. Stayed up a bit later last night than what I was expecting. I was thinking once we got home from out on the boat I probably would have crashed, but realised that MotoGP was on, so I had to stay up and watch that. That was definitely worth it. Can't get over how many people crashed out of this race. It was over in Le Mans track in France. I think it's French. Yeah. There was something like 7 or 8 riders crashed out. Most spectacular one was where 2 of the riders that were right up at the front end of the pack ended up crashing out almost in unison. Wasn't a case where one rider crashes and then another one gets distracted by that or trying to avoid it and then crashes. They both fell down at the exact same time. It looked as though it was going under sort of a patch that had been put on the track, a repaired section, and it seemed almost as though one of them crashed out as they were leaving it. Ooh, Mustang. And then the other one crashed as they were coming onto it. It was pretty spectacular. Shook up the point scoring a fair bit. I'm not a fan of the footage that gets aired in Australia on the free-to-air TV. They've got commentators that talk all the way up and about like random motorbike stuff all the way until the race actually starts. You end up missing out on the warm-up lap or the actual like live coverage from at the track before the races. They go through all like what's happened through all the practices and qualifying, what's happened throughout the week, who's crashed out, who's not racing, drama within the pits, who's moving where. They go into like all the different details as to what's been happening, whereas the Australian coverage like misses all of that out, which is a bit of a shame. Miss the warm-up lap and basically jump in right before the race starts, and also all that commentary at the start is absolutely packed full of ads. They just play on repetition over and over and over and over and over again, and it's the same ads too. It's not like they have a large variety. I think there was like 3 ads on last night and they just played them over and over again. So that's a little bit of a negative, but the major nuisance is that halfway through the race they'll cut the race and go and chuck more ads in. So you end up missing out on a good chunk of the race so that they can chuck the ads in, which is quite frustrating, because then you come back and you're like, well, what the hell's happened? Like, look at how much the table has shifted around people's positions. Crashes happen and all sorts of interesting things. I miss good overtakes. It's a little bit annoying. I think it would be bearable if they then offset the races in, like, paused it and started it again. I mean, it wouldn't be live coverage then, but I think I'd prefer to be able to see all the race versus having it live and having to cut some of it out to put in ads. So apparently that's the sun. Normally you can hardly look at it, but it looks more like the moon at the moment. Wow, can't see the sun at all. Damn. Get a feeling this is what it must be like living in Britain somewhere. Oh, there it is. So my older brother's meant to be going out flying today. Going for another flying lesson. Might actually end up being a pretty good day, being that it's so foggy. Once it gets a bit later, it'll probably clear up again and be some nice blue skies for him. Or even if his cut goes out at the moment, I'm not sure what time he actually takes off. Might be above all of this too, so could be even good now. I can smell clutch, yes I can, and it smells really bad. Finish me Monday at work, 1 day down, another 4 to go. So I get to go and have some funsies. And it, hoy, yes, got out of work on time, luckily. No, this truck is spitting shit at me. Goodbye, mother trucker. I definitely must be getting old. All of my muscles are hurting. You get the feeling that may have been the water skiing that's done that, considering I haven't done it for quite some time, so the muscles that are normally used doing it haven't been used for quite some time. It's sort of a different muscle group than usual. Ooh, motorbike! What's he on? What's he on? What's he on? Looks like a naked something. I'm gonna take a wild guess. Oh, I was gonna say a Honda, but I don't know. Yeah, we'll go with Honda. That's my final answer. I'm gonna lock in a Honda something. And look, it was a Honda. See? Honda Civic. Now let's see what it is. Oh, not even close. BMW. Got asked by a couple mates whether I wanted to meet them out tonight, talk about a couple business ideas, but I don't think I will. I've got to get a bit of study done. Haven't done that. I was meant to do a fair bit of it over the weekend, but as you will have been aware from my video, I was busy riding motorbikes and spending time with mommy. Oh no, I'm not gonna make it. Damn. So close. Motorbike with a sidecar. Or scooter with a sidecar. Hell yeah. He's driving it from like this cart. I would have thought he would have driven it from the actual scooter. I love living out in places like this. It's not the country, but it's not suburbia either. It's nice and peaceful. Oh, the serenity. And I go and ruin it for everybody when I jump on my bikes. Cause I'm a dick. You know what, Chris? You're a dick. I sign out on your hair. If you liked the video, smack that like button. And if you want to see more, subscribe. Release content like this on a regular basis. And hope you guys enjoy. Righto, CMAC out. Peace.